This week on Boonboomger, things really went down. The episode starts with Mira writing out a New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, Happy New Year banner basically for the Boonboomger's base. Everybody's getting excited to celebrate the birth of 2025. We see the charades with the lady from the ISA. That is the link between them and the Hirashalians, and of course Tokiyari, I believe his name is. They're trying to find out some information as to how all their assets are getting leaked. Obviously, we as the audience know that is her. But as I said, in the base, everybody's in high spirits, but then Sakito and Buundi walk in with some news. They've said they've got another cleaner that they know that has been able to keep tags on Spindor, so they've kind of got an idea of his activity, but there's a bit more to it. They reveal that Spindor and the Hirashalians do have a very tight grip on the Galactic Grand Prix, which we kind of already knew anyway. It's just not public knowledge to the people in the universe. And then it gets dark. We find out there's basically a revenge plan in action because of the fact that the Rangers defeated Disrace, and obviously Genba doesn't take this lightly in the slightest. But then we're interrupted by a call from Ishiro that says that a Hirashalian's out on the loose. And then we see that he sent that little comm from inside a car with Tokiyari, who is the ISA Hirashalian middleman. What is going on? This week's monster is a treasure chest monster, so the Rangers go to him, minus Ishiro of course, and they hench in and they start the smackdown. But I'll be honest, when I say they start the smackdown, I mean the treasure monster starts the smackdown. He whoops their asses, I'm not gonna lie. And he does one of those blasts that are so classic, and we all know which ones they are, when it hits them with the demorph. You know when a blast just hits that right, they demorph entirely. That's what we get. We're getting them quite frequently recently. And I don't know whether it's because the Hirashalians are getting stronger or because the Boonboomgers are getting weaker. I'm not going to lie. Need those champion jackets more, you know. And by the way, if you're enjoying this video and you want more Film From content, we post over on Instagram and TikTok, both at Film From Studio. So is my Twitter account if you want to follow any of them. We post 2 videos a week, 1 show a day. And maybe even consider subscribing. We're on our way to 8,000 subs and I would love to have you guys there for the journey. Just as the treasure monster is about to destroy them all, Ishiro steps in, morpher to the sky. And we're like, yes, he's going to step in. He's turned the back on the ISA. It's all one big plan, and he's going to save them. And he just throws his changer into the treasure chest's mouth, and that's his gimmick. He like swallows stuff. And then pulls out a gun, not a blaster, a gun, and turns and aims it at Taya. What? One dramatic speech later, the Rangers are heartbroken. Like, why wouldn't you be? They genuinely can't believe that Ishiro is turning on them. Ishiro then declares that if Taya does not surrender and join them, then the Boonboomgers will be deemed publicly as enemy of the Earth. To which Taya responds with this. Oh! Pop off, King, and the award to best line delivery goes to Taya. All the while, by the way, this very mysterious figure has been watching over them and learning about them throughout this entire thing. I wonder who it could be. The Rangers end up fighting some henchmen and they change once more, and that is when, all of a sudden, the mysterious figure reveals himself by pulling out the GokaiBlue Ranger key. It's Joe from Gokaiger. We knew it. We knew it was coming. We could, even if you hadn't seen the previews, that blue leather jacket with a ponytail, I've only seen 2 episodes of Gokaiger, and I could see that that was him. He starts absolutely smacking up the bad guys, and Taya implies that they may know each other, and Joe's clearly like, mate, I can assure you, we do not know each other. Quite sus, bit of a weird line to put in there. Maybe we'll find out in the future they actually do, but I don't know. GokaiBlue ends up beating the Boon Changer out of the treasure monster and instantly transforms it into a Ranger key, taking on the power of Boonblue. Instantly, we're getting a new Ranger key. We'd love to see it. We get the sick Gokaiger / Boonboomger final strike animation with the space background from Gokaiger, but the roads and the maneuvering of Boonboomger. And of course, before they inevitably turn big, the treasure monster is destroyed. Taya wants to know who this mysterious pirate is, but as I mentioned, Yarokar comes in and makes the monster grow, and he's like, listen, we'll chat later, go sort this out first. So they do. They shoot up, Buundi comes out, Boondario comes out, they start fighting, and Joe's watching and he's like, that purple one's not that bad. And then all of a sudden whips out his changer, whips out what I assume as a part of the show is how they summon the Zords, and he connects it to his changer. And just like the Gomonja crossover and the Tokuja crossover, Sakito gets to pilot Gokaio. All is just weird because with Gomonja and Tokuja, they're all parts that connected to Buundi. But with this, the parts connect to Buundi, but all of them. So it's like Buundi inside Gokaio. One CGI fight sequence later, the treasure monster is destroyed. Taya confronts GokaiBlue and he's like, listen, who are you? What are you doing here? Why did you help? And that's when Joe demorphs And he's like, look, it's what my captain would have wanted, which is cute. Little gold Captain Marvelous. And Joe hands Taya this like gem that's part of like a chain, like a necklace. And he asks like what it is and everything. And he's just like, oh, there's a princess that asked me to deliver this to you. Now, I didn't know what that meant in the slightest. I thought maybe Gokai Pink princess. I don't know. But I didn't understand the reference. We see the Taya takes it to Mira, and we see this is actually a reference to the Boonboomger summer movie, which I haven't seen because I don't think there's an English sub out yet. But clearly in that, there's a princess that has a gem. I don't know. And I don't know why GokaiBlue's delivering it either, if I'm being honest. Is there lore behind that? Let me know in the comments, because I haven't got a clue. Also, does this mean that, like, that princess is, like, dead? Maybe not if she sent the thing. I don't know. We also cut back to Ishiro, and we see he's with Tokiyari, and they're discussing some sort of game plan. And then he's just like, all right, well, chop, chop, get on with it, get to work. And Ishiro leaves, and then he turns to the girl in the front of the car, and he's like, better keep an eye on him. I don't know what's going on. The episode then ends even more dramatically, because Bundario comes in all panicked, saying, Taya, all of our data has been hacked, and it no longer says Taya Industries or Taya Handle or whatever they used to say. It now says Lightning Tech, and they have leaked all of our information, so everybody's ever delivered to, that information's out there, and he's delivered to some high-profile people. Then the episode ends there. What to think? I don't know what's going down with Ishiro, but like, deep down I'm thinking surely this is all part of a bigger plan, right? Like, I thought that the reason GokaiBlue was going to show up was because we had that flashback scene where he was talking about throwing the changer in, so I thought maybe he somehow called on GokaiBlue and was like, look, I'm gonna have to sacrifice my morpher, but if you copy the powers first into a ranger key, then I can sacrifice the morpher and then we can still use my power or whatever. That clearly wasn't the case. So I'm just thinking, surely there's a bigger picture. Or maybe Ishiro's just on the bad guy side now. He started as a spy to begin with. Surely not. And surely Taya knows something, right? Surely. I don't know. What were your thoughts on this episode of Boonboomger? I really loved it. It was cool to see GokaiBlue. I would have liked to have seen him transform into another ranger. That would have been quite cool. But the fact that he turned into Boonblue was quite fun. And I suppose we are about to get Gojujo, where we were maybe about to see a bunch of other ranger suits. So I can see where they held back just for now. But then again, wasn't the theory that the Gokaigers were showing up and that's how we were going to get all the other car suits? Like, surely they could have turned into like Car Ranger or something. I don't know. Not long left of this show. I'm looking forward to see when it ends. When the finale comes around, the last few episodes, I might start doing reactions again. I'm going to do a lot of videos on it because it's my first Sentai. I'm very passionate about it and I don't want to see it come to an end.